Alright guys, my name is Goblin, and today I'm going to be talking through my plans for classic World of Warcraft. So a lot of people have been asking me this question, particularly on my live streams and on Discord. It seems like everyone has this expectation that I already have a guild sorted and I'm going to be playing this game with a group of people, you know, in some kind of form of community and, you know, that kind of thing. But I honestly have, I'm not part of any community right now, or any guild, for a number of reasons. You know, I don't really have any, friends who play this game, so I'm basically playing this game entirely on my own. So, you know, I don't have a set plan of what server I'm going to play, you know, when the servers are actually released. Because, you know, you should always go to where your friends are going to play. You should always go where whatever community you're in, that's where you should go. You should go to where your guild's going and your friends going, but I am not part of any community or guild, so I'm going to pick the server entirely based on which server is, you know, just going to be the most populated. I'm probably going to play a server where I know a lot of other creators and streamers are going to play on, because I know that server will have a lot of community server events and things like that. For instance, the Argent Dawn server on European servers has a Halloween costume contest. You know, I feel like the servers with the creators and the streamers are just going to have the bigger sense of community and faction rivalry. So that's why I'm going to pick one of these high populated streamer servers. And I know a lot of people, you know, that they couldn't think of anything more despisable than playing on a high populated streamer server, because it's going to make your life a living hell. But honestly, I just think it's going to augmentate, you know, what classic WoW is all about. It's about community, and it's about the open world content, world PvP and stuff like that. And I feel like being on a high populated streamer server is you know, going to make that more of a reality on your, you know, day-to-day basis of playing the game. But anyway, let me tell you, you know, about my personal plans. I am going to be playing a rogue, as I've discussed in a previous video. The reason why I'm playing a rogue is because it is the class that I have the least experience with. Okay, and I want to play this game, I want it to be a totally fresh experience. I want to be playing the game, and I want to get stuck, I want to get into problems, and I want to learn how to overcome those problems, right? Because I just want to basically be in that situation where I'm actively nerding out and learning as much as about my class as possible. If I just played something like Hunter, I pretty much know everything already about Hunter, so it's not really that much of a fresh or interesting experience for me. It's like playing Skyrim or Oblivion. Those are two of my... Well, actually, Oblivion's my favourite RPG, but Skyrim a little bit less. You know, you'll know that from my older videos. But you know, I can play Skyrim. Sometimes I tell myself, you know, I'll find some mod somewhere on the, you know, on the news, some news outlet on my phone. I'm like, oh my god, I've got to try this mod out. Yeah, I'm gonna play Skyrim. I'm gonna load some mods on the game, and I only end up playing it for 10 hours before I get bored and totally disinterested in the game. And that's because I've just played Skyrim so much. I've got over 500 hours in the game. And I think I've got even more into Oblivion. So when I go back to playing those two games, I just get disinterested very quickly, and that's why I'm playing a rogue. If I knew if I level as a hunter or a warrior or a warlock or paladin, those are the classes I have most experience with, I just know that I would lose interest. But rogue is a totally fresh experience to me. I haven't played rogue at endgame ever. I think I probably made it alt on retail and lowered a rogue, not even past level 30 probably. I don't even remember. I have literally barely any knowledge about the rogue. Well, I do have knowledge of the rogue, because when I was playing PvP very competitively during Mr. Pandaria, I had to learn all the other classes quite extensively, and I did watch, you know, other class guides and stuff to improve my arena game. So I know a little bit about the rogue and, you know, what the class feels like and stuff like that. But, you know, it is still quite a fresh experience for me. And I think the rogue, as I've discussed in previous videos, it has the most RPG-esque and immersive, you know, features and characteristics than any other class. You really feel like you're enacting the role of a rogue when you play the rogue. You know, you aren't just like a DPS machine like many of the other classes. You know, no offense in World of Warcraft, and especially obviously in retail. I mean, the classes just are DPS machines, and that's all you really feel like you're ever doing is, you know, you're just a DPS machine. Whereas I feel like rogue, you feel, because of his abilities and the class design isn't tailored exclusively around doing damage in a raid or doing damage in a dungeon, there's like open world, well, non-combat features and non-combat gameplay elements to the rogue, which, yeah, just like I said, make you feel like you're playing a rogue, and it makes the class way more immersive. Obviously I'm talking about, you know, pickpocketing and lockpicking skill and poison making and all that kind of thing. You even get your own faction, right, as a rogue. It's almost like you're playing Legion with your own class, or you get the Ravenholt, whatever they're called. You get that class, or that you get your own unique quest lines and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why I'm playing a rogue. I've set my mind on playing, well, 99% sure I'm going to play human rogue. I've previously said I was going to play night elf rogue. I was playing on my night elf rogue recently. I just kind of got, I don't know, the animations just put me off a little bit. Night elf, I was playing night elf female rogue, and I used to like the animations, but all of a sudden now I don't. And I played human rogue, you know, dual wielding swords, you know, because as a rogue you're obviously going to be dual wielding swords 90% of the time. I've had looked at the animations for dual wielding swords on, you know, every single race, and I'm definitely not playing a gnome or anything. So, and I don't really like dwarf either. I don't really like the whole concept of a dwarf rogue. It just doesn't really fit to me anyway. So yeah, I think I've set my mind on playing human rogue. I don't like playing human female. I've never liked the model, or just I generally don't really like playing female characters anyway, because I feel like it makes the experience of, like, whenever I play an RPG, I always try and make the character look a little bit like me, and I always like to put my name. I like to name my character after myself. So just kind of, because obviously when you're playing games like Oblivion and Skyrim, sometimes you get little notes. And, you know, some characters left you a note and it will specifically say your name, your character name. Obviously it never says your character name out loud, because, you know, you'd have to voice act every single name in existence, and it's not going to happen. And yeah, I just find I think I find that quite immersive. You will see it as well when you get certain quests in World of Warcraft. It will say your name in a note. So yeah, just things like that. Like, I like immersing myself into the game. But anyway, let me move on. So when it comes to the launch, obviously there's a lot of debate in the community right now about how well and well, just how effective that layering is going to be on the launch of a game. We'll obviously find out when the stress test is finally, you know, live. But I don't know, I just don't have a lot of faith in Blizzard. You know, I was there at Warlords of Draenor launch, you know, and they're not going to do sharding, obviously, because that would be ridiculous. So yeah, I just don't have a lot of faith that this launch is going to be smooth, in all honesty. I think we're going to be in a situation where we're waiting about an hour to loot, you know, the Bramble Patch apples, you know, whatever that first quest is. I can't remember the name of it. You know, we're going to be waiting around hours just to loot an apple, and so I'm not going to do I'm not going to do any questing. I don't want to reveal my plans too much, because I don't want to give anyone I had too many ideas. I suppose I don't suppose I have that much reach as my YouTube channel, but basically I have a rough plan of doing grouped up grinding. So when Elysium launched, you know, a year ago now, I was in the Night Elf starting area, and we basically just went into the next area and farmed furbolgs in that camp area. We just killed them over and over. I couldn't find the stream for that, unfortunately. I must have deleted it. But yeah, we just kind of killed enemies in a 5-man group and just kind of cracked on with that. Well, we're generating a decent amount of XP to get us ahead of everyone else, you know, waiting 2 hours to complete one quest. And I think I'm going to do something similar to that. There's 2 areas that I have in mind, which I'm not going to reveal, where I think a 5-man group grinding is going to be effective. So I'm going to do that. By the way, I am recruiting for basically having a leveling team to start off with. So I mentioned it briefly in my streams, but what I do need is I need 4 other people to kind of do that group grinding experience with me, and, you know, take that further into, you know, where my further plans are going to be when it comes to the launch. So I'm basically what I'm trying to say is do send me a, you know, private message on Discord if you're interested in. First of all, I don't want you to change what race and class you're playing, you know, to play World of Warcraft with me. But if you're already playing as a human, then and you don't mind playing like on a streamer server, and preferably you are either warrior, paladin, or druid. But then again, druid would be you'll have to start in a different location. But I'm looking for basically to make a five-man group to do some dungeon clearing at the launch of a game. So the reason why I want to do this is because, one, I feel like it's going to be effective of getting ahead of the Zerg by farming dungeons, because it's just going to be so difficult to do quests in the early few hours of the game. I just don't think it's going to be worth it. You're just going to be waiting around like 2 hours just to loot the pocket watch from that house in Westfall. You know, it's going to take ages. So what I want to do is I want to kind of get ahead of the Zerg by grinding dungeons for a little bit in probably that first 36-hour phase, so I can get a little bit ahead. And another thing I'm really worried about is obviously being griefed. I think it'll be a little bit difficult for people to grief me, and basically what I'm doing is I'm not telling anyone what server I'm going to play on. I'm going to try and keep that information as a secret as I possibly can. And obviously on these private servers it's much easier for people to grief me, because people already can just join your server. And I mean, everyone's probably going to be... Everyone was playing on the Lights Hope servers, so they probably would have had a character on Lights Hope. So I've been streaming on Lights Hope recently. People have just been griefing me quite a lot, you know, and I haven't even had that many people watching. So that's just something I'm worried about, and I think doing dungeon grinding will counteract, hopefully, the griefing experience. Because I just know there will be people out there who will go out of their way to sacrifice their leveling time to grief streamers and creators. But hopefully I'll be exempt from that, because I'm not that much of a huge streamer or anything, so that's one of the perks about being a small streamer, I guess. So yeah, that's my kind of rough plan for launch of leveling, you know, to begin with. Just do some dungeon grinding, get ahead of a Zerg, and stay safe, basically. Then when it comes to more, you know, when I finally do get to level 60, I do want to rush to level 60 in all honesty. You know, I've done the whole 1 to 60 experience quite a few times now. I don't want to do it slowly, and I don't want to savour it particularly, because, you know, I've just done it, and it's not really much of a fresh experience for me. Whereas, like, raiding is more of a fresh experience for me. So when I do get to endgame, I will probably join a raid guild. But joining a raid guild has always been difficult for me, because of just timing. I like to live quite spontaneously. It's very difficult for me to commit to a raiding schedule. So I haven't been able to commit to a raid guild for a long time, you know, when I've been playing retail and playing private servers. And the main reason for this, actually, I'm not blaming my girlfriend, but it is kind of my girlfriend. The reason is because of my girlfriend, because basically she's a kitchen manager and, you know, basically, you know, head chef, and she has very random days off. So she'll tell me, like, I have this day off this week, and I'm like, okay, I can't just say, like, no, I don't want you to take me out because I'm raiding. You know what I mean? Like, we have very limited time that we can spend together because she works quite a lot. So me sacrificing my time to spend with my girlfriend to, you know, do a raid is just absolutely stupid. You know, it's stupid. So that's the reason why I've always found it difficult to commit to a raiding schedule, because, you know, I'll just be out, like, I'll just, like, randomly surprise my girlfriend, I'll be out, and then halfway through the meal or whatever we're doing, like, I'll just suddenly remember, oh yeah, I was meant to raid tonight, and I even signed up, and I'm going to get a penalty point, whatever. That's been my experience for, like, a long time, to be honest, but oh well, I don't suppose it really matters. So yeah, I've just got into the habit of not signing up for raids, or less. I only sign up for raids about 10 minutes before the raid. You know, so I know that I'm not going to disappoint anyone. That's basically the way I sign up for raids now. So yeah, you know, it's difficult to commit to a raid guild, but maybe when you know, if my streaming hits off a little more, and I might have a lot more time to actually play the game. So yeah, and that's pretty much it. Those pretty much are my plans. I want to get to, you know, level 60 as quick as possible. I also want to get Devil Saw gear pretty quickly as well. That's probably going to be quite a difficult challenge, but oh well. And I do want to eventually level up my engineering, and, you know, I just want to nerd out a lot when Classic is finally launched and I'm doing endgame raiding. I just want to, you know, at least experience every single raid at least once. You know, that's the main reason why I've been playing this Omega WoW on this Wrath of the Lich King server. I just wanted to experience every single raid again, just at least once. And then I'll probably just quit it, to be honest. I still haven't could clear the Order WoW. I've done a little bit of Order WoW. What I want to do is I want to clear Order WoW, and I'll probably stop playing that server, to be honest. To be fair, I might still go back to it. But it's difficult, you know, if I'm investing a lot of my time into Classic WoW, then it's going to be difficult for me to commit to a raiding guild on a different server, but I probably will go back to Omega WoW as well, during like kind of downtime periods of playing Classic WoW. But anyway, that's pretty much all my plans for Classic WoW, you know, they're not really... this video is probably like a lot more simpler than other videos I've seen on this topic, because a lot of people, the creators on YouTube, you know, they have a massive amount of experience playing Classic WoW, and they've hardcore played these servers like, you know, hardcore, and they're already in a guild, they already are part of a community, they already have friends to play with, but I have none of that, you know. Like, the last time I played Classic WoW hardcore was when Astarius was released, and since then I haven't really fully committed, because I wanted to savour the experience for the Classic World of Warcraft launch. So, and the community I was in when Astarius was launched are all just forgotten, really. I don't even know anyone from that community. I don't even know if they're still around, you know, knocking about. I have no way to communicate with them. So yeah, I mean, I'm just playing this game on my own. None of my in real life friends play World of Warcraft, and there's absolutely no chance of me convincing them to play it, because I just find the game a really boring experience. Well, their definition is it's just a boring grind, but I don't think they really understand, you know, the concept of World of Warcraft and RPG games. And that's, you know, fair to them, because everyone has different tastes when it comes to video games. So yeah, I just have no one to play this game with, so really I'm just going into it solo, and we'll see what happens. And hopefully, if I'm streaming it more, I'll be able to build my own community. You know, a lot of people have teased at the idea that, you know, Meta Goblin, you're going to make your own guild. Like, I barely have any time to... I definitely don't have enough time. I barely have enough time to basically play the game, never mind be a guild leader. A guild leader is serious time investment and a big commitment. I don't have time for that, because what always comes first is creating YouTube videos and creating content for you guys and stuff like that. So I can't, you know, I definitely couldn't be a guild leader, because a lot of my time has to be invested into, well, just, you know, creating my videos and making content, especially as it's become like my main source of income now. So I need to work hard, otherwise I don't eat. You know what I mean? So yeah, I probably won't have the time to be my own guild leader, but nonetheless, hopefully when we stream more, we will build more of a, you know, a community and a presence within the game when it is finally launched. So anyway, they are my rough plans. You know, I've just talked for 16 minutes straight. That's crazy. But anyway, my name is Metagoblin, and until my next video, ciao.